Jim, this is one of the first tests we had a Bigfoot 8.
It's it's the most tested monster truck I think ever built, and we tested everything, including the rolls.
Yep.
And thank God we did, because in the Astrodome here we got number 8 with Andy Brass in it, hooked hard, and the sway bar's a little bit light on the back, and right over he went.
Yeah, this shows the in-cab shot of it. You can see what he sees when he goes over. It's pretty rough on the driver.
But there's just a lot of things like that are going to happen in competition. When you're out there hanging out and going for it, you never quite know what's going to happen.
You always feel good when the driver gets out and waves and he's fine.
You can always fix the trucks.
This was somebody sent us from California where the truck lost the rear power steering. Lucky one there.
This is a near miss.
Yeah. There's a few of them here showing where they just rip off the tailgate. When we first got the two chassis, it was hard to get used to doing car crashes because they wanted to just go skyward.
They were so powerful and so responsive that it was a whole learning curve to try to learn how to drive these trucks, and we broke a lot of parts figuring it out. As you can see, changed the actual manufacturers in this case, and it worked out for us.
This is a pretty violent accident here. Nobody got hurt again, luckily, but it shows how powerful these trucks are.
And also, Bob, shows how strong they are. I bet this truck was literally run over by a monster truck, and the only damage on that truck was fiberglass. This is a case of competitive spirit here.
Yes.
Drivers from the same team racing each other, and they just they went for it.
This was a case we lost something on the back of the truck, a piece of the four-link, and the driver couldn't control it. It was not his fault, but it went over. And the biggest thing is the guys worked all night on it, and the next day they came back and won the race.
Yeah, the competitors thought, well, Andy's out. This gives us a chance to catch up in points. Well, we worked until a half hour before the race. We put that truck back together, and we actually went out and won the next day's series.
I wouldn't want to be the cameraman in this one. It's like the truck is coming right at him.
You look at this thing, and he tried to do the right thing. He steered back into it, but just couldn't get it back. It looks like a four-link bar. You see the right front four-link bar is bent. He collapsed under him, and he just tried to make the right move to drive back and just couldn't. Here he is stuck in the seat.
Can't get seatbelt loose.
He's trying, but finally the crews come in and help him out and get him out of there. And he's okay.
He's usually just more embarrassed than anything else.
It's another thing we learned. We went to a different seat fastening system. Instead of the 5 lock into 1, we have a twist knob now. We twist the twist knob, the 5 points pop apart.
Favorite, hang on, here we go.
Here's a case where the driver didn't really roll on his own. He turned too sharp here and actually knocked the tire off the wheel. And the guy operating the RIIs killed the truck, and he couldn't power out of the curve here, so it rolled over.
I tell you, it's one of the best 90-degree turns I ever saw.
Yes.
Anything can happen, and it really happens fast.
There's a case where the driver drove out of trouble.
Eric Beeger did a great job. Got up in 2 minutes and brought it right back down.
It's another Andy Brass where he come close to losing the truck, but he saved it, and just ended up catching the wall of I think it was Pontiac Silverdome.
You notice in this shot, this is no fault of the driver either. We had a power steering hose break. He immediately lost his front steering. It's time to haul the big truck down to a stop, and luckily he didn't damage himself or anything else.
There's another mechanical problem. see the bar flying out there. That was the full length that broke.
There's no other racing vehicle that has as many moving parts as a monster truck, so they're just much more susceptible to things of this nature.
It's another race with the Russell body. He lost it.
I have to believe that's one of the most violent rolls that Bigfoot's chassis has ever sustained. This is cooperation. This is one guy on the gas and one guy on the brakes, and it all worked out. Gary Porter is driving the Carolina Crusher there and just did a great job of avoiding Dan Runte at that point.
Another case where the driver pulled himself out of his bad situation.
It gets to be what we call driver instinct, knowing what to do in just that split second, making that proper correction and saving yourself. It doesn't work in all cases.
In all cases, he rolled sideways and endways on this one. It's pretty violent. But he got out, and he was fine.
This is a barrel roll by a wrestle truck, and actually the engine broke a crankshaft and just stopped at the end of the ramp, so we had no more push off the ramp, and the truck nosed in as naturally it would with no engine pushing it. It dug in the sand and flipped over.
This is on our test track. Dan Runte was driving it. I don't know if this is necessarily his fault. The truck just made a weird bounce.
One of those embarrassing moments. Here we are testing a concept in the roller truck testing.
Usually when we go out on a test track, we pull the body off, but we figured we wouldn't do anything wrong today. It'd be easy on it. This is what the driver sees. A lot of ground coming at you.
And a lot of sky going the other way.
Yep.
Well, he looks pretty good.